Hello, Margarita here, and welcome to my presentation today, Unlocking the Secrets to Happiness, Success, and Having More Fun. What is the point in achieving great things in your life if you're not having fun while you're doing it? And that is my mandate. That is my message. That is what I want to take out to the world, that we have to get out and have more fun, people. So firstly, I think it's only fair for those of you who don't know me yet that I introduce myself. My name is Margarita Vorobioff, a real mouthful. Don't even attempt it. Don't go there. Just stick with Margarita. I'm happy with that. And I'm presenting for you today, and I am a life coach, an alternative therapist, I'm a personal trainer, as well as a motivational speaker, an EFT practitioner, and a sound and energy healer, and I am all about transformation and having fun while we live this very short life. So there's me on the video. Hello. And I'm going to be, I'm hoping that I can keep you engaged today and have more fun with you today. And this is probably a little bit more of, that's actually a lot closer to who I really am. And there I am with a couple of my dogs. The one on the left is little Charlie. And he's the small one of the dogs. The one on the right is my Labrador Susie, and she looks like that all the time, just holding me close, and she's a very cuddly, snuggly dog. And there is, there's the boss, and my husband is actually with the boss, and that's the Rottweiler. His name is Chero, and that's my wonderful husband, Laurie, who has been extremely supportive of me in my endeavours, and I thank him dearly. So let's move on to getting into this presentation. Now, I can actually sum up this entire presentation for you in 2 words. So if you want, once you've heard these 2 words, you can go off and do what you want for the day, and you can forget about the rest of the presentation. This is in fact the key, the one and only key to having more success, happiness, and having more fun in your life. Some of you will already know this, and others of you may be a little bit surprised. The 2 words are personal development. It was Einstein who said that you can't solve a problem with the same level of consciousness that created it. And if you're going to change the situation, you need to change yourself. We create our world. We create everything. We are master creators. And it's important that you take responsibility for that. I know that there are outside factors that influence our lives. I get that. Absolutely. But unless you take responsibility for where you're at, for attracting the different people in your life, the different situations in your life, the various events that have happened to you, I am not saying that you can control all of that. I'm not saying that they didn't have to happen. Some of them probably did have to happen. Some of the more awful things in your life were probably destined to happen from the time you were born. But personal development means becoming a person who is solution-oriented rather than problem-focused, who takes responsibility for where they're at in their lives so they can change it rather than being in a victim mentality. Personal development is where it's at. Now, for those of you who are thinking, oh my God, another one of those presentations, well, I'm hoping this is going to be a little bit different. I haven't reinvented the wheel. Personal development has been around for 40, 50 years, and it's come a very, very long way. But it can be quite overwhelming. There is an awful lot in personal development. There are a lot of people out there who are in the personal development field, and some of them are very, very good. And it can become really overwhelming, but I'm going to keep it down to 6 key points today. Now, if I wanted to, I could expand on each of those key points for hours and hours and hours, but that's not what we're at. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty, to the key points that you want to be able to focus on if you want to change your situation, if you want to change your relationship, your health, your finances, your career, whatever you want to change. It comes down to you changing yourself. There is no way around that. You cannot change your external world without changing your internal world. You've got to change inside first, and then your external world will change. So the key is personal development. Now, I do have some very good news for you. If you have been floundering around year after year after year trying to succeed with your relationships, your health, your finances, your career, and you just can't seem to stop struggling, then the good news is that it's not your fault. Let me get this perfectly straight. I did say, it sounds a bit contradictory because I did say in the beginning that you need to take responsibility, but there is a big difference between responsibility and blame. Don't get stuck in the blame game, either yourself or other people. But the reason it's not your fault is because your subconscious mind determines 96 to 98% of the results that we see in our lives. Now, our subconscious mind is programmed from the day we are conceived, if not before. I actually believe that our subconscious mind brings programming from our DNA, from our ancestry, from our past lifetimes. I believe there's stuff that is locked in us for hundreds, thousands of years, and we bring that in with us, good and bad. And we're also a product of our environment. From the time we are conceived, we are absorbing information. Even while we're in the womb, we are taking in information and we are making judgments on that information. We are using our perception and we are making decisions based on the information, the events, the things that we see, hear, feel, touch. Everything is programmed into our subconscious mind, and then we literally run on autopilot. Our behavior, it comes from our subconscious mind. So consciously, we think we're conscious beings because we interact with our environment on a moment-to-moment basis, and we think we're making decisions that are conscious. The news that I have for you is that you're not actually making conscious decisions. I know it can be a little hard to swallow if you've never been exposed to this information before, but I guarantee you all the studies out there now show that our subconscious mind determines how we react to almost every single situation that crops up in our lives. And we maintain that behavior over and over and over and over. We're habitual. We're like, like a broken record. So every event that happens, every person that we meet, every situation that occurs in our lives, we actually resort back to the programming that we have in our subconscious mind to determine how we respond or react to that situation. So it sounds like you've pretty much stuffed at this point, that if you haven't succeeded in that particular area in your life, then you haven't got a chance. I have some more good news for you, however. You can change your subconscious mind, even though it's programmed and hardwired to behave in very specific ways to everything that happens to you. You can actually change your subconscious mind, but you got to get into the back end, into the CPU, the central processing unit, to do it. That's why personal development is such a massive industry and why it is so important for you to engage in personal development if you are going to change the results that you are seeing in your life. I cannot stress that enough. Okay, so let's move on to secret number 1. And it is passion and purpose. I believe that we come in with a purpose on this planet, and it may be a small purpose, it may be a big purpose, but we're all here for a reason. And a lot of people at the moment are floundering around trying to discover what their reason is, why they're here, what their purpose is. They feel lost, confused, disappointed with their life, unsatisfied. They might be going to a job day after day that they don't like, that's not particularly fulfilling. They have a family, the car, the house, they have all of that, but there's something missing. There's a hollow within. And this feeling of dissatisfaction in most of the population is beginning to intensify because we are at a critical point in our evolution, our human and spiritual evolution. Now, that is a whole other set of seminars that I'm not going to get into today. But the important thing is that we are being driven at the moment to find our passion. And if you are one of those people who is currently feeling really dissatisfied with your life, then it's time for you to start asking the right questions. It's time for you to start finding your passion and your purpose. Now, how do you do that? Some people say, I don't even know where to start. Well, you can start by looking at your gifts and your talents. One of the most important factors that when you came in with very specific gifts and talents. And for some people, they just think, oh, I'm not special. I don't have anything special. I don't do anything special. You know what? We all have very special gifts and talents. T. Harv Eker, I don't know if you've ever heard of T. Harv Eker, but he is like a top self-development business coach, guru, whatever you want to call him. He's huge out there in the personal development and business arena. And if you haven't heard the story, the T in front of Harv Eker, his name is in fact Harv Eker. That was what he was christened with when he was a child. The T stands for the. And when he was struggling, because before he reached the status of multi-millionaire, he was actually struggling just like many other people on the planet. And he did some personal development, and there was a critical point. He reached a turning point, and he realized just how unique he was. He realized that there's only one of him out of now 6.5 billion people on the planet. There is only one of every single one of those people. We are all unique. We are as unique as our fingerprints. No two people are alike. We are all special. We are all unique. So Harv Eker put T in front of his name to remind himself that he is the T. Harv Eker. There is nobody else like him and never ever will be. So that's more than 6.5 billion people. That's our entire history and our entire future. There will never be another one of you. How amazing is that? If you don't feel special right now, then we have some work to do. But you need to look for your gifts and talents. Now, your gift might be that you're a great communicator, that you talk really well on the phone, or that you're a good nurturer, that you're a good carer, that you're great with numbers or books, or you're a great writer, an artist. You might be somebody who really solves other people's problems well. And you need to actually start to write down the things that you do well. Might be cooking, painting, writing, talking, communicating, public speaking. There are thousands and thousands of different things that you could choose from that will fit you. And you need to start looking for those and writing them down. And many of the problems that we have is that we focus on what's not right with us, what we haven't got right, what we've stuffed up, the relationships that might have failed. We focus on all these bad things. Start focusing on the good things, because you get what you focus on. Okay? Very, very important. You get what you focus on. So start focusing on your gifts and your talents. Another way to find your passion and your purpose is start writing down what brings you joy. What are the things that you can get, what are the activities that you can get so lost in that time just flies by? When were the times that you were so engaged in the moment that nothing else mattered? All there was that moment right there, right then, depending on what you were doing. Start writing down those times in your life that you felt fulfilled, satisfied, totally at peace, totally engaged in life, and you were really enjoying yourself. Because those times are another specific indicator about what you're supposed to be doing, what your purpose here is. That's when you are in a passionate place, is when you are in a place of joy. So, secret number 2. Commitment. Oh, heavy word. A lot of people find this word a little too daunting. Commitment. You mean I've got to commit to something? Oh my God. Well, it's true, commitment, but you might like to think of it as a full yes. So when you're engaged in that activity that I was talking about before that brings you joy, that is a full yes. You are fully in the moment. And by being committed, you are committed to achieving something, to being something, to learning something, to doing something, to being the best you can be. That is commitment. And you are going to need it because you will be challenged without a shadow of a doubt. As soon as you set your mind on something, make a decision. That's another part of having a commitment, is making a decision, a definitive decision that is unshakable. And once you commit to that, then you will be challenged. And sorry, but you are going to stumble and fall and fail. So you're going to be challenged, and if you're not committed, that you'll fall at the first hurdle because you'll kind of go, oh, it's too hard, and you'll go back to whatever life you were at before. And if you don't want to live your life, your entire life, as a life of mediocrity and dying knowing that you didn't achieve your dreams and your goals and you didn't go for it and do the best you could do and be the best you could be, how disappointing would that be, to be lying on your deathbed going, you know what, I could have done better. Do you want to be in that place? Do you want to be that person that's lying there and you're all spent, you've got nothing else left to give, your life is over, and you think, wow, I could have done better. Oh no, I definitely don't want to be that person. So I am committed to being the best I can be and to going for all my goals and dreams. You know what? I'm not going to achieve all my goals and dreams. I'm going to give it a damn good shot though, and I am going to achieve a hell of a lot of them along the way. And probably I'll achieve some goals and dreams that I never imagined I was even capable of. So that's commitment. So you need to be committed firstly to finding your passion. And you need to make a decision. As soon as you make a decision, opportunities and the universe and events and situations will turn around to help you out, to actually assist you to achieving whatever it is you said you're going to achieve. So you need to be committed firstly to finding your passion, because the other critical thing about living your passion is that thing that brings you the most joy, when you get challenged, it's like, because you enjoy doing it so much, nothing will stand in your way. You will do anything to live your passion. Nothing is going to prevent you from doing what you love doing. That's a really important part of finding your passion and your purpose, is the internal drive and the consistency and the commitment that will come with living your passion, because you want it so much. You want it so much that nothing's going to stop you. You also need to be committed to finding your why. Now, this is a bit different to passion. Living your passion is fantastic, but why do you want to achieve what you want to achieve? If your why is not really compelling to you, if it doesn't drive you, if it doesn't really make a difference to you whether you get to where you get to that goal or whether you don't, if that goal doesn't inspire you, whatever your goal is, whatever you're making a commitment to, then you're not going to bother. You're pretty much going to be in the same place that you are now in 5, 10, 15, 20 years, 50 years time if you don't have a compelling reason why. Why do you want to achieve that goal? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to others around you? How will you feel when you achieve that goal? And if that doesn't really burn within you, then you need to find something that does. You need to be almost in a state of such desire that it's so compelling that nothing in the world is going to prevent you from achieving what you want to achieve. You need to be committed to yourself. As I said, the key here is personal development, and you need to become a different person from where you are now to achieve something different than you've already achieved in your life. So you need to transform, and you need to be committed to you, to transforming your life if you want to achieve a new goal. You need to be committed to your future. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in one of the other secrets that is coming up. But you need to be committed to living a different life. What do you want your life to look like? That is your future. What do you want in your future? Who do you want in your future? How do you want to feel in your future? You need to be really committed to your future and separate yourself from your past. No matter what, nothing is going to stop you from achieving what you want to achieve. It doesn't matter how many times you stumble and fall flat in your face, how many times you get hurt, rejected. I'm painting a pretty bad picture here, aren't I? And this is the life of somebody who wants to achieve big things. You need to be prepared to face all your fears, all the negative stuff, all the hurt that's going to probably happen along the way because of people in our lives and events in our lives and things that just happen. Life happens. You need to be committed no matter what to achieving your goal. So it doesn't matter what challenges, events, situations come up in your life, you will not be deterred. That's what commitment is. Okay, enough of the heavy stuff. Secret number 3, clarity. This is really important because if you don't have a really clear picture about where you want to go, what your goals and dreams look like, what you want your future to look like, and why, the clarity again on why you want to achieve that, then it's really if you're too fuzzy and vague, then you're not going to get very far. If you want to travel from, say, I'm in Australia, so say I want to travel from Brisbane to Perth, which for those people who aren't familiar with Australia, that's a very, very, very long way. But if you want to go from Brisbane to Perth, and Australia is a very big continent, it's a very big country, and I don't have clarity on how I'm going to get there, I may never get there unless I have a bit of luck along the way. But I need to have clarity about whether I'm going to take a car, whether I'm going to fly or take a bus or a train, or whether I want to go the scenic route, or whether I want to go directly there. And then I need to get a map and see the particular roads on the map, because if I go off on my own tangent, then I'll get lost and I'll never get there. Clarity. It's the same with your journey to your goals, to your destination in your life. You must have clarity, and the clearer your picture is, the more quickly you are going to get to your destination. So you've got to sit down and map out what it looks like. You don't have to worry about the how. Forget about the how. That's a whole other story. But you must be clear on what. Your business is what. So goal setting is very, very important. You need to set your goals, and you want the big picture, and then you want to chunk it down into smaller goals, because that's again your map. The smaller goals are your map to the big goal. And you're going to need to be flexible along the way because those little goals, you're going to be deviated by the things that you learn and the people that you meet. There's going to be deviations, plenty of deviations. So you do need to be flexible. Goal setting is very, very important, and those goals need to be clear. If you've been studying things like The Secret, the Law of Attraction, personal development, all that kind of stuff, then you will have heard about visualization. Now, there are many reasons why visualization is so incredibly important. One of them is that your subconscious mind, the thing that drives 96 to 98% of your results, actually doesn't distinguish between reality and fantasy. your imagination, is just as powerful as the reality that you're living. And your subconscious mind can be reprogrammed through visualization. So if you run a movie through your mind, or pictures through your mind as to how you want your life to look, your subconscious mind responds instantly to that, and it will look for situations, events, people, circumstances, information, skills that will help to create that in your life, because your subconscious mind is the master creator. It can create anything that you want. And visualization is a very, very powerful way to tell your subconscious mind that that is what you want to achieve, that that is what you want, where you want to go. And your subconscious mind works in pictures. It responds to pictures and feelings. So pictures are great, and once you have a clear picture in your mind of what your future looks like, well, then you attach the feeling to it. It just explodes the power of that visualization through the roof. It sends this huge signal out to the universe that just says, this is what I want, this is what I'm going to achieve. And then you can't be denied. So long as you keep that visualization going, very, very important. I know some people struggle with visualization because as children, our imaginative capabilities are often shut down by our parents because it's a waste of time. You've got to get into reality. You've got to stop fantasizing and all that stuff. We're told that it's a waste of time and we need to grow up, basically, and stop dreaming our life away. That is just that's a very unfortunate part of our reality as human beings, that is the way that we have been brought up for centuries. But visualization, once you start getting into the habit of visualization, and it will become easier and easier, and the clearer your picture, and you might not get an actual visual picture in your mind, but you will have a sense of what you want, and you will get a feeling, and you may work, your visualization may work as a series of feelings or senses. You might smell something, or you might be able to hear something. Visualization can be used in many, many different forms. You need to be very specific. I cannot stress this enough. Be specific. The same as clarity, I guess. You need to be specific about what you want, how you want it to look, who you're with, where you are, what it looks like, what it feels like, what smells are there, what are you touching, what are you hearing, what conversations are you having, where are you? Be very specific about how you want your future to look. And get into the feeling. I've already mentioned that. The feeling just explodes the power of your goal setting and your visualization through the roof. Once you feel how you're going to feel when you achieve that goal, and that can take a little practice. Geez, how do I feel? What it's going to feel like when I'm there? At the moment, I'm completely stressed about my financial situation. I'm lonely as hell because I haven't got a partner and somebody that I love. And there's various other things that are going wrong in my life. How do I feel that? Practice, 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 practice. And look, it's going to be a bit tedious to start with. This whole thing about succeeding and achieving, it's going to be a bit tedious in the beginning because you are changing a lifetime of habits and behaviors and automatic responses to your world and to your environment. This is something that takes consistency and persistence. We are covering a whole lot in this particular presentation. I hope you've got a pen and paper and you're getting this down. So get into the feeling. Vision boards. If you're not particularly good at visualization, or even if you are, The act of putting together a vision board is very, very powerful because you're finding the pictures that line up with what you want your future to look like. So if you're focusing on a relationship, you can have couples on there. They're having fun, they're engaged in life, doing the things that you want to do, showing the emotion that you want to feel when you're with your perfect partner. You can put words on your vision board about compassionate, respectful, loving, kind, generous, thoughtful, all sorts of words. Or if it's about your career, have what you want your career to look like, where you want to be, the places you want to go. Maybe there's a house that you particularly like that you've seen a picture of. Put that up there. Many people have heard the story from John Assaraf of his vision board, and that he had actually packed away in boxes for 5 years, and he bought this house and he was unpacking, and long story, but he pulled out this vision board. And lo and behold, he couldn't believe it. He was so blown away. He actually had tears in his eyes, and he had to sit down. In the middle of that vision board was a picture of the exact house that he had just moved into, and he didn't even know it. He hadn't looked at that vision board for 5 years. This is the power of your subconscious mind. Are you getting it yet? I get so worked up about this stuff because it's just so incredible how the subconscious mind works. His subconscious mind took that picture. John Assaraf didn't know where that actual house was. He just liked the look of the picture. It looked like somewhere like he would like to live. And then it started to look in different places and for the opportunities that would help to bring that to him. And it did. It brought it to him. The exact same house. That blows me away. That's just the most incredible story. So get a vision board and make sure that you focus on it every single day for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. The more you focus on it, the stronger the results are going to be. Put the feelings with it. How are you going to feel when you have that house, when you're traveling around the world, when you're living with that perfect partner, when you've got the perfect career, the ideal career, when you've got all the financial freedom that you want? How is that going to feel for you? Get into that. And with your vision board, it's a really good idea, if you can, to have it somewhere in your environment where it's kind of where you can see it, either not necessarily directly in front of you. That would be a bit hard to work, but it might be just on your periphery of your vision, but it's within your vision, and you might not be consciously aware of it, but your subconscious certainly is. And the more you see it, the more your subconscious sees it, the more it's reinforcing that that goal of yours, the life that you want. It's just reinforcing it constantly. Okay, secret number 4, faith and trust. Now, there's 2 levels of faith and trust. The first is self-belief, belief in yourself. And there are very few people who have an unshakable belief in themselves. The people who do are the massive achievers. They believe that whatever goal they set out to achieve, they can achieve it. But for most of us, this takes development. It takes work. It takes personal development. You need to create a belief in yourself that is unshakable. No matter what happens, you still believe that you can achieve what you set out to achieve. Self-esteem is another critical part that holds many, many people back, unfortunately. We might be born with fabulous self-esteem, but because of the things that happen to us, the people we encounter, the things people say to us, it might be just a look that somebody gives us. Our subconscious mind actually makes decisions on all the things that happen to us, on all the things we experience and see and hear, and then it makes decisions. And most of us end up feeling that we're not good enough, smart enough, tall enough, we're not skinny enough, we don't look good enough, we don't have enough intelligence, whatever it is, we have a self-esteem issue. So it's really important that with the personal development, you work on your self-esteem, you build your self-esteem, and there's many, many, many tools that you can use to do that. You must have determination, and this does come with a certain level of faith and trust. Because once you start to have faith in yourself and trust that you can achieve what you set out to achieve, then you will develop the determination to keep going and to focus on your goals and go for it no matter what. Focus is another very, very important part of achieving what you want to achieve. And patience. You know what? We all want everything yesterday. We have now got an instant society. We don't have to wait to save up to buy anything anymore. We've got tens of thousands of dollars worth of credit at our fingertips. We've got people shoving credit at us at an incredible rate of knots that has slowed down since the infamous GFC, or global financial crisis. But we still have an incredible amount of ability to purchase stuff without even having the money for it. So we have an instant society. We have not developed patience anymore, and you are going to need a whole lot of patience, because I have not heard of anybody who is an overnight success. There are many people who appear to be an overnight success, and I guess you do have your teenage rock stars who just, put themselves up on YouTube, and all of a sudden they're touring the world, performing to millions and millions of people. But for most of us, that doesn't happen, and it certainly hasn't happened that way for me, let me tell you. And I am not a very patient person, but that's something that sabotaged me, because your feelings are something, and I'm not going to get into all of this now, because this again is a whole other set of presentations and webinars. But your feelings are a direct connection to the universe. And if you have the feelings of frustration, disappointment, fear, anxiety, stress, and that's what you're putting out, then you're going to continue to create situations that will recreate those feelings over and over and over. It's a very vicious cycle. So you must develop patience. Know where you're going, have faith and trust that you will get there. Set your goals, stick to your goals, and then have the patience to know that whatever you try, even if it doesn't work, you need to try again and try again and try again. Patience will be a really great friend to you. So I can't stress enough, develop some patience, because you are going to need it. You also need to have faith and trust in some sort of higher power. Now, I don't know, for any atheists out there, I don't know what you believe in, if you believe in anything. But you need to develop a higher power, a faith and trust in a higher power, whether it be God, the universe, divine source, Allah, Buddha, higher consciousness, whatever it is. Maybe that's what it is for atheists, just belief in your own higher consciousness. But we are a part of something really huge. We are part of a much bigger picture. And once you develop an unshakable belief, a faith and a trust that whatever the higher power is, God, the universe, I like to talk about the universe. I also like the word God. It works for me. It doesn't work for a lot of people. God, unfortunately, has a lot of charge for a lot of people because of the connotations around religion over the years, and the horrible things that religion has done to some people. So you need to have a faith and a trust that there is a higher power that is working with you and not against you. Some people tend to think that they have this thing that everything's against them. But if you develop a faith and trust in a higher power, to know that even when things look like they're going against you, in actual fact, they're bringing you around to what you want, because it's highly unlikely that you're going to go straight there. You're going to deviate, and you'll need to deviate. You'll need to be flexible, because as the challenges come up, it might look like it's something to block you, but it's not. Every challenge is an opportunity for you to step up and grow and develop and become the person that you need to be to achieve the goals and dreams that you have set out to achieve. This is really, really important. So even though these challenges might look like they're set out to stop you from getting where you want to go, they're actually sent to you to help you develop the skills, to find the information, to encounter the people and the events and the situations, to help you to grow into being a brand new person. In order to achieve your goals, you need to become a different person than who you are now. To create a different reality, you need to be in a different consciousness, with different skills, with different information. You need to be a different person, and those challenges are actually sent to you to become that different person. And once you understand that, once you realize that that higher power, that higher consciousness is bringing those challenges to you to help you to get to where you are, it changes the game entirely, because you then understand that everything that comes up is an opportunity for you to become the person that you need to be to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. So it's really important that you have complete faith and trust in that higher power, that it is working with you and not against you. We're up to secret number 5. We're getting close to the end. This is surrender. Now, this seems to contradict everything that we've already said. You need to be committed, focused, you need to have clarity, you need to set your goals. Seems like we're completely in control here. Well, we're not. Sorry to tell you, you can set your intention, and your intention, your goals, extremely important. You must have your intention set, you must be clear about your goals, but you need to surrender, because it's all about letting go and letting God. I love that particular phrase, let go and let God. We try to control our environment. We can try to control the way people respond to us, the way they communicate to us, the way they interact with us. We try to control the things that happen in our lives. You know what? Control is an illusion. I am sorry. We have no control whatsoever. Once we set our intention, things are set in motion, but we don't have control over how that pans out. In actual fact, you need to let go of all the outcomes. You need to let go of your expectations. Your expectations will only bring disappointment. We expect people to behave in particular ways in our lives. We expect life to turn out the way we want it to turn out. We expect things to just happen the way we want them to happen. And how many times do we get disappointed because we don't get what we expect? We almost never get what we expect. But if you drop your expectations, and that doesn't mean to drop your goals, this is completely different. If you drop your expectations about how every situation is going to turn out, how every effort that it's not going to actually get to you to where you want to go straight away. Once you drop those expectations, you will succeed a lot more quickly, because you'll be a lot more flexible. You need to be able to actually take action, then assess the results, adjust, and take further action, because you're not going to take action and then just achieve your goal. If that were the case, then we'd all be out there achieving whatever we wanted to achieve, and in actual fact, there'd be no fun and joy or challenge to life. It would all just be ho-hum, to be honest with you. Just imagine if you said, I want to achieve that, and all of a sudden you achieved it. It might be fun for a little while, but gosh, wouldn't life be boring? Wouldn't it be predictable? We don't want life to be predictable. Yes, we want a bit of security, and we want to know that we're safe, absolutely, but we don't want life to be predictable. Boring. Big yawn. So drop your expectations about everything in life. Stop expecting things to turn out the way you want them to, because they won't. And the minute you drop your expectations, that's when you will stop being disappointed by the people, the circumstances, the events, the situations in your life. Okay, next is also not being too attached to your outcomes. We are very attached to many things in life. Once you surrender your attachment to things, people, events, circumstances, situation, again, it's very similar to expectations. Once you drop your attachment to the outcome, all of a sudden, the whole game is again changed. You change the game by changing yourself. Now, this is secret number 6. Lighten up. This is all about having more fun. Now, personal development can be really tough. I don't dispute that for a moment. But too many of us take ourselves way too seriously. Look, life wasn't meant to be easy. Achieving goals will never be easy, but it will be worth it. And the more you learn to laugh at yourself, the more you learn to smile at the challenges that come up, the more you learn to really be amused when you get sat right on your ass and the rug pulled out from underneath you. How much more fun is achieving what you want to achieve going to be? If you're really tense and uptight and stressed out about achieving your goals, that's no fun. It's no fun at all. They're right when they say this is about the journey, not the destination. And if you're laughing and having fun while you're achieving your goals, how much better is that? So you need to stop taking yourself so seriously. You need to take responsibility for where you are, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. You need to take responsibility for every single outcome and everything that you have achieved in your life, good, bad, and ugly. But stop taking life so seriously. Now, of course, there will be consequences to all our actions. There are always consequences to our actions, and we need to take that seriously, particularly when they're impacting others. I'm not saying that you don't take consequences seriously, but stop taking yourself so seriously. Stop beating yourself up. Stop beating up your environment. Stop beating up on the people in your life, and lighten up. In other words, get over yourself. You know what? You may be unique. You may be the only person in the whole of the history, future, past, current, that will ever exist who is just like you, and you are very, very special. But, don't let your ego get in the road. Get over yourself. Have fun. When you make a mistake, smile, laugh, and just be yourself and have fun. You need to take time out to have fun. This is so important. So, as I mentioned right in the beginning, the top 2 words, personal growth. That is the whole purpose, the whole reason for this presentation is personal growth. But I'm not here to sell you anything. I should have said that right in the beginning. I'm not here to sell you anything today. This is just a free presentation to help you understand what you are going to need to do to get to where you want to be. Now, with personal growth, your negative belief systems, the things that are programmed in your subconscious mind, that's what is really important. Those negative belief systems need to be neutralized, need to be done away with, discarded. They need to be changed to positive belief systems, and that takes personal growth. Emotional intelligence. What on earth am I talking about? This is where you don't allow your emotions to control your actions. As I've said, we actually go through life pretty much on autopilot. And we react to life instead of responding to life because we become afraid, angry, anxious, stressed, sad. There's all these emotions that are bound up within us, and most of us react to life from those emotions. When you start to actually, you won't control the emotion. You'll still feel the emotion. I'm not saying that you actually shut down your emotion. That's completely the opposite. You learn to feel the emotion. You learn to experience the emotion fully. This is the other thing that we're not taught, is how to experience emotion that is not in a destructive way. As soon as we become uncomfortable, we shut down, we lock down, we push down those things because we don't know how to deal with them. This is another very important part of personal development. You must learn to experience your emotions fully, because once you experience them fully, they have no control over you. They can't control you if you accept them. No matter how uncomfortable they might be, once you accept your emotions, all of a sudden you can respond in a more appropriate way that will get you a different result, that will actually be solution oriented rather than problem focused. Very, very important. When you master your emotions, you master your entire world. So the F word. This is something that people don't like to face up to. When you set yourself challenges and goals, you're going to fail. And you're going to fail over and over and over and over and over. You're going to fail heaps more times than you will ever succeed. This is an integral part of success. It's an integral part of achieving whatever you want to achieve, and living the life of your dreams is failing. You're going to fail your way to success. There is no way around this. Sorry, if I had the magic pill, I would give it to you. You must get very comfortable with failure and embrace failure as your learning process, because that's all it is. You have to fail so you can learn, so you can develop, evolve, and become the person that you need to be to live the life of your dreams. So you must be prepared to fail to get to where you want to be. And I don't know why we've made failure such a bad thing. We've put such a negative connotation on failure that we're losers if we fail. No. Winners fail. Winners fail thousands and thousands and thousands of times. An elite athlete must fail. They must lose many different races or events before they win. But that's not failure, that's just development. That's learning. That's discovery. Failure is discovery. And it's really important that you attach discovery to the word failure. Once you do that, once you take the emotion out of it, that shame and guilt out of the word failure, man, you have almost won the game. And again, an unshakable belief in yourself. We've already covered that, in that you must know that you are capable of achieving whatever you set out to achieve. You are such an incredible, unbelievably, infinitely capable human being and spirit. You are all things, and whatever you conceive, you can achieve. That was by Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich. Whatever you conceive, you can achieve. So develop an unshakable belief in yourself. Now, here is where I let you know some really important tools that I have used that have transformed my life. They've transformed me. They've transformed the things that I achieve in my life. Emotional Freedom Technique, EFT, very easy to use and learn, and brings powerful transformation. This has been a massive breakthrough in the personal development world, is Emotional Freedom Technique. And if you haven't experienced it yet, or you haven't used it extensively yet, then get onto it. I use EFT almost every single day. There is very rarely a day goes by that I don't use Emotional Freedom Technique. And I have a routine whereby I use Emotional Freedom Technique while I'm looking at my vision board and visualizing and feeling. Emotional Freedom Technique is a massive part of my life and has brought very powerful transformation to my life. So if you haven't explored that yet, go and check it out. Another one that I use is sound healing. Now this, the Western world is only just rediscovering sound healing. It has been used for thousands of years by many different cultures because we are vibration. Quantum science has now proven that we are made up of pure vibration. We are vibrating energy. What is sound? Sound is vibration. This is why when you listen to your favorite music, it can either bring you to tears, make you feel very joyful, or if you're listening to something that really doesn't resonate with you, which actually doesn't match up with your vibration, then it's going to really grate on you and make you feel angry or give you a headache. It actually impacts directly on your vibration. Sound healing is so incredibly transformational. And we're only hitting on the tip of the iceberg. I have a little diagram there about our chakras. And we have 7 major chakras. We do have other minor chakras within our body. But the most important ones are those 7 major chakras. And if one is either weak or closed or out of alignment, then it actually has an impact on all of the chakras, and they have specific impacts on very specific parts of our life. And you can adjust your chakras, clear your chakras, and strengthen your chakras through the power of sound. And there are many different ways to incorporate sound healing. I'm a sound healer myself. I was in one of my previous lifetimes, actually in this lifetime, but I have reinvented myself many times. I was a trained opera singer. And I now incorporate all that training in a very unique form of sound healing that does transform people's lives incredibly. So sound healing, Google that, investigate that, go and find out more about sound healing, because the more you incorporate sound in your life, the more powerful your transformational journey will be. So this is where, as I said, I'm not selling anything today, but what I encourage you to do is go and have a look at my Facebook page, Having More Fun, because there I offer free resources and tools and information to help you. You can find out more about the sound healing that I use, and more about other forms of sound healing, about emotional freedom technique, how to use emotional freedom technique. I've got different webinars there and videos and articles. There's heaps of stuff there that will help you to transform your life. It's pretty much a page with lots of free personal development. So if you want to achieve different results, then you must get engaged in personal development. Go and have a look at my Facebook page. Check out the wall. Ask me questions. Engage with me. The more you engage with me, the more I can help you. And that's what I want to do. I want to help people around the world step up, because the more people who are living their passion and the purpose, the better place our world is going to be. The more peaceful, the happier, and the more engaged we are with each other, the more respectful we are, the more compassion we have, the more we are helping to solve the problems of the world. Solve the problems of the world. Just imagine if there are more of us engaged in doing what we're here to do, in living our destiny. Just imagine what a different place the world would be. And that is my what I'm determined to do. That is what I'm determined to do. That is why I have done this presentation. And what I encourage you to do is step into personal development and have more fun. I hope you have really enjoyed this presentation today. I hope you've got heaps out of it. There is a ton of information there. And if you'd like to know more, then go and check out my Facebook page. Register on that page. There's a ton of free gifts there when you register. You'll get heaps of free stuff. And I look forward to continuing this conversation somewhere else. You take care. Have a fantastic transformational experience, and bye for now.